So to cut prison, you don't always have a knife. You use your ID and just slice it right down the middle. Cover it up. And then it's ready for your bowl and the microwave.
Wow.
Breaking up the soups. Just smack them on the floor. That's ready for your bowl, ready for the microwave, and for a prison meal.
Wow.
This is a little bit. And there's a ton of sodium, so I don't like to use a whole packet. I just sprinkle some flavor, leave a lot left over. We need to microwave that. Okay, well, yeah, we'll just do it piece by piece, right? So this is already cooked, and you don't have a lot of time to cook rice the way you want all the time. You know, some places do, some places don't. So I like to sprinkle kind of a filler a little over it. Get that right. You drop that in prison, you put in a bag in. You know, but for this purpose, we're not gonna do that. Let it fill, mix in. Flavor in. Alright, I don't need that. Go ahead, cut it up. Quarter it up. And we're cheating because you're not using your ID. Chunks though, you know, don't fucking shred it because you're not gonna have shredded stuff in the brig, you know. Yeah. And we feed our dogs in prison too. That's one thing we do. If you're lucky enough to have one. Of course, you don't have one of these or a cutting board like so, but you may be lucky enough to have a hard piece of plastic from a notebook or something of that sort, and your little plastic knife to scrape that thing off, but I'm not going to go that far. In the microwave, we just started at a minute. And see what, where's Pablo? Yeah. And that's how you bust one. So it's starting to cook, but we not quite there. Stir it up a little bit. Yeah, not quite the same sauces that you get in there. I tried to find something as close as possible. Stuff you get in there, you get a little grease from. Let's cook it up a little longer. We want to cook it till it's got a little char on it, a little grease. Let's just put a layer of rice, not too much. Just to fill, but not overpower the noodles. Just enough to get it filled. About like so. That's it. It's similar to the turkey sausage. But the beef sausage would actually char. You could get some charring on it, like it's been cooked on a grill or something. You get a little bit of the grease in there where you got to pour the grease out, and this summer sausage stuff is not quite the same. So we're gonna have to work on getting the exact sausage that we used when we were in there, and I'm gonna work on that. I can get my buddy to send it to me, and we'll get the exact ingredients and put the exact meal together. Yeah, you know, one thing that we used was a cheese bar. You didn't always have shredded cheese, but we have ways to make shredded cheese. For instance, when you get your hand on some sort of metal lid, and you'd make a little device to poke some holes in there so that you could shred your own cheese. And one of the common things was a cheese spread, which came in a piece, and it was a liquid type of cheese that you could just spray on there. Or you take a cheese bar, you shred your own cheese, A lot of guys sometimes would shred it in their own bowl and heat it until it melted and then pour it on their meal. But for this purpose, we're just going to use some shredded cheese, already shredded. And being that you didn't always have time to really sit there and cook in the microwave, you just spread your cheese on your noodles and rice before you go to the microwave and have that ready to go. And we're making this prison meal here for the whole family tonight. And everybody is excited like I've never seen before.
How many years did you survive on this kind of food?
18 and a half years. And this is just a simple one. This is just something simple that you just make on an everyday basis. You know, this is not something that you would put together and take your time and make a pizza or a certain kind of wrap where you went in with friends and really made elaborate meal with, and each pitch in to, you know, get the onion and the green pepper from the kitchen, which you got to have your buddies steal that, smuggle it out. You pay them, or maybe you don't. Maybe they're your friends and they just bring it to you, you know. And so this is just one of those quick little everyday kind of meals that you would make.
Are you gonna show us more?
Of course. All right. So, bacon packs. This is something that sometimes is on particular commissaries in prison, and sometimes it's not. Sometimes you wait for the holiday package that comes twice a year, once a year if you're on a higher level, security level, and then sometimes 4 times a year if you're on a 2, 3, or 1 level security. And some prisons, you're lucky enough, you have this on the commissary all the time. Bacon. Absolutely wonderful. But regardless of what level you are on, and if it's available, it's always super duper expensive in prison regards. So we just throw the slices. And in prison you would use some kind of little bowl or some kind of Tupperware bowl to cook this up. So I'm just going to use a little basic plate to do it here too, to make it similar to what we had there. In the microwave we go. Let's just put it for 30 seconds here to start. Keep an eye on it. 30 seconds. Already cooked bacon. We got it fried up nice. Smells good. Everybody around in the dorm now is jealous because they can smell the bacon and they're wondering what you're eating. They're coming around. Hey man, who's getting in with you? And you say nobody. I just got a few pieces. That's it. That's all I got. This water takes a while. Well, you want to get hot water. Most of the places I was at in prison had some sort of deep sink or a sink, and you know, you want to get that water hot as possible before you go to the microwave. Some places got hotter than others. That's getting hot there. So this particular little meal, you're just going to pour the water in. You don't want to overfill. I'm one of the guys that like a little crunch to my soup. So we got a little movement there. It's full, but not too full enough, so it's going to soak up pretty good when we put it in the microwave and let it set for a few. So we're going to take it, put it in the microwave for about 1 minute and 30 seconds. That's all it takes. You don't want to take much longer than that depending on where you're at. Okay. We're out of the microwave after 1 minute and 30. And you want it somewhat soupy, but not just so full of water. And just kind of make sure everything's submerged, and then let that soak for 5 minutes. Now you're out of the microwave, you're out of the line, you're out of everybody's way, And you can take your time. Put your cover on. Let that soak up. Swell up, as they say. And go from there. Let's see what we have here. It's been sitting for a little while. Oops. Okay. Where's my spoon? Thank you. Alright, let's see. Yeah, that's good. No fluid left in there hardly at all. Just a little bit. You're still moist, but not a lot of water. And that's perfect. Okay. So now what we do, we take some of the bacon, just tear it into a few strips. And this is stuff that may or may not have been. But since I'm doing this for kids, I want them to enjoy their prison experience. So we're adding bacon. Stir that in. Stir it through. So that every bite is filled with some hickory smoked bacon. Alright. Now, we got a little bit of the summer sauces that we cooked. You scatter some of that in there. Oh. A little different than what we had, but it'll work. Alright. Just make sure that's blended through. Stir it up. There we go. Nice mixture. Okay. Now.
And now.
Huh? I used to just crunch these in the bag. Do we have some kind of bag?
Oh,
what kind of bag is it?
I think like that.
No problem. Jalapeno kettle. So for the purpose of the video, we're just going to use a Ziploc bag. Where in the prison, normally you have a personal size bag. Moon Lodge was the name brand of chips that we had in our prison. And not bad. Moon Lodge chips. Different flavors. So we'll give a good handful here. And we'll put that in the bag. Oh. Oh. We'll get over there. As if this was your personal bag. And then you want to crunch it up. Not powdery, but just crunch it up. Not pulverize it, just good crunchies. Pour it on top. Give it a little stir. Nice crunch there. And then last but not least is your ranch. Now we had ranch packets for this. We're gonna go with a ranch bottle. And pour a little on top. And you're ready to go. That's it. There you go. Enjoy. Film ring.
You don't mix the ranch or anything?
Okay, here I go.
You can as you eat. How was my prison meal?
This is delicious. Is it good?
You need some Jolly Ranchers in this.
Ew!
Jolly Ranchers. We're good to put them in. I feel like I'm locked back up here.
This right here is better than pizza.
Better than McDonald's?
No.
Better than my cooking?
For sure.
Oh!
No.
About prison, right?
Alright.